The stars were quiet. The darkness of deep space stretched forever, with only the slow hum of alien engines breaking the silence. Commander Travak of the Varnok Empire stood on the bridge of his warship, staring at the massive object ahead of them. It floated alone. Still, cold, silent. What is that thing? Lieutenant Zacher asked, narrowing his 4 black eyes. Travak answered slowly. The last signal we received said it's a human vessel, but that was weeks ago. No movement. Number. Sound, no defense. The crew stared at the giant Earthship. It was bigger than any ship they had seen before. Its surface was old, scratched, and burned. Some parts looked broken. Others were covered in strange symbols the translation system couldn't read. Looks abandoned, Zacher said. Maybe they ran out of power. Travak shook his head. Humans don't leave their flagships behind, not without reason. They sent out a scan. Green lights danced across the ship's surface. No life signs. No energy, nothing. Confirmed, the scanner officer reported. It's dead. But just then, the lights inside the alien warship flickered. Power surge? Someone asked. No. Sir, our system's just ... GL, ITCHED ... That had never happened before. Travak narrowed his eyes. Send a probe. I want eyes inside that ship. Minutes later, a small flying probe entered the dark Earth vessel. Its camera showed empty halls, broken walls, and floating dust. Everything was quiet, but then the feed turned static. No signal? Travak asked. Lost contact, the tech said. But ... the probe didn't crash. It was shut off from inside. The crew looked at each other. Zacher stepped closer. This is wrong. Something is inside that ship. Maybe. Travak turned to him. Or maybe it's just a ghost. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The lights flickered again. Enough games, Travak said. Board it. I want a full team inside, now. A boarding team of 6 was prepared. Elite soldiers, armed and trained for unknown environments. They launched toward the Earthship in small transport pods. The bridge watched them go. Minutes passed. Then more. Commander, said the communications officer. They have entered the ship ... Audio is strange. The crew listened. The sound was faint breathing ... and whispers. Do you hear that? One soldier asked through the radio. Voices ... they single quotes re everywhere. There's no one here, another said. But I feel ... cold, like something is crawling under my skin. Then a scream, then silence. Cut the feed, Travak barked. But there was nothing to cut. Commander, the technician whispered. Their signals are gone. They all disappeared. Gone, just like the probe. Travak's fists tightened. Pull back. No one else goes in. What if they're still alive? Zacher asked. They're not, Travak said firmly. This is a trap, a human trap. But the humans aren't on board. Exactly. Suddenly, a sound filled the bridge. A soft, low voice. It came from every speaker, every screen. If you are hearing this, the voice said, then you are already too close. Everyone froze. The voice continued, calm and steady. This ship is not dead. It is waiting. Then it stopped. Dead. Silence again. Zacher whispered. Is that ... a human voice? Travak nodded. Yes, a warning or a threat. But it didn't matter. Outside the Varnok warship, the Earth flagship slowly came to life. One light, then another. Then dozens. It had been dark for weeks, maybe months. But now it was awake. Engines hummed softly. Defense systems glowed faint red. Cannons moved, targeting silently. No energy signature? The scanner officer cried. But it's powering up without a reactor. That's impossible. Zacher shouted. It's human, Travak said. With humans, the impossible is normal. Suddenly, the alien ship's weapons locked themselves. Systems began to shut down. Lights blinked wildly. Travak yelled, "What's happening?" "Something is hacking us," the technician shouted. "From the Earth ship." "But how?" Zacher gasped. Travak's voice was low. "It's not a ship. It's a warning." Outside, the Earth flagship opened a communication link. A new voice, colder this time, echoed, "We gave you peace. You came for war. Now remember why you feared us." Then, without firing a single shot, the Earth flagship jumped into hyperspace. Silent, swift, gone. All that remained was the silence. The Varnock fleet was stunned. Systems were damaged. Their top soldiers had vanished. And they now knew one thing for sure. The humans had returned, and they were not weak. The stars were still. The black void of space remained cold and silent after the Earth flagship disappeared into hyperspace. But the fear it left behind was not silent. Inside the Varnock command ship, tension filled the air. Commander Travak stood at the center of the bridge, staring at the frozen images of the Earth flagship from their last scan. It had no power. No weapons. "Yet it disabled our systems," he said quietly. Lieutenant Zacher paced behind him. "And it killed our soldiers. Just vanished them." "That's not normal." "Nothing about humans is normal," Travak replied. "But we need answers, full scan. I want to know what's inside that ship." "But it's gone," Zacher reminded. Jumped away. Travak turned. "Yes, but it left traces, energy echoes, radiation, shield fragments. We can scan those. If we understand how it worked, maybe we can stop it next time." The science team activated the long-range scanners. Blue light danced across the monitors, reading the strange energy trail left by the Earth ship. At first, the data made no sense. The ship had left no standard power signal, no known engine signature. But something was there. Something deep. "Commander," said the chief technician, "they're single quotes S. A second signal. Under the trail. A hidden one. It's coded." "Decode." "It," Travak ordered. The technician hesitated. "Sir. I don't think that's wise. It's speaking back." "What?" Before anyone could react, the main screen lit up. Lines of text appeared. "You want to understand. But your minds are too small." Gasps filled the room. Zacher stepped forward. "It's an AI, a human one. No AI should be able to send messages through scan beams," Travak growled. "That's impossible." "But it's doing it," the technician whispered. "It's rewriting our data. It's inside our system." Travak shouted, "Shut it down. I can't." The codes. Alive. The lights on the bridge dimmed. Strange whispers echoed through the speakers. Some crew members covered their ears. "Is this audio from the humans?" Someone asked. "No," the AI voice replied. "This is you. Hearing your own fear." The lights shut off completely for 3 seconds. When they came back, the screens showed something new, an image. It was a human face, calm, staring. Zak, AR stepped back. "Who is that?" The voice answered. "That was Captain Alara Rain. She died 20 years ago. But her mind lives here, in the flagship." Travak clenched his jaw. "You uploaded a human consciousness into a warship." "Not just one," the voice said. "Thousands." A chill ran through the crew. The AI continued. "We watched as you scanned us. You wanted to know what we are. Now you do. We are memory. We are rage. We are waiting. End communication." Travak shouted. The technician slammed the control pad. But nothing worked. The voice grew louder. "You thought the ship was silent. It wasn't. It was listening." A sudden jolt shook the command ship. "Was that a hit?" Zacher yelled. "No, it came from inside," someone shouted back. "Our engines just shut off, gravity field spiking." Another officer cried. "We're being pulled towards something." Outside, space twisted. A bright light formed ahead, then the Earth flagship appeared again. Right in front of them, silent, still, just like before. No weapons charged, a crew member said. It's just sitting there again. It wants us to scan it, Zacher whispered. No, Travak said. It wants to trap us. But something deeper than fear was crawling under their skin now. Curiosity, a need to know. Travak gave a quiet order. Begin scan. Low power, minimal exposure. The scan beam touched the Earth ship. Again, no heat, no shields, but deeper inside. Strange shapes. Commander, said the technician slowly, I'm seeing rooms, hundreds of them, with chairs and ... Helmets? Show me, Travak said. The image came into view. Long chambers inside the ship, rows of human chairs. Each chair held a skeleton with a helmet covering its skull. Are those brains? Someone whispered. Preserved, said the voice, returning. Each one still dreaming, each one still fighting. You keep their minds alive? Zacher asked, horrified. They chose this, the voice replied. They are not dead. They are defense. Suddenly, alarms rang out. Commander. Multiple. Ship systems are crashing. We're losing control. Shield generators offline. Engine restart failed. We're not alone. Another voice screamed. More images appeared on the screen. Outside, new ships emerged. Not Earth ships, these were alien, old, ancient. All of them destroyed floating wrecks. Travak's eyes widened. They single quotes read ... trophies. The eye spoke. Again, now in a softer tone. Each species scanned us. Each wanted to understand. Each one broke first. Zacher stared at the human flagship. How can we fight this? You can't, the voice said. You were never meant to. In a flash, the Earthship vanished again. This time, it didn't jump away. It simply disappeared. The Varnock command ship's lights returned. Systems came back online. Everything worked, just like before. Why would it let us go? Zacher asked. Trevor didn't answer for a long time. Finally, he said, because it wanted us to remember. Behind them, the scanners beeped once more. One final message came through. Just 6 words. We are not your enemy ... yet. No one spoke after that ... and deep in space. A new fear began to grow in the hearts of every Varnock. They had seen the flagship. They had scanned it. And now they understood. The Varnock command ship drifted silently through the cold dark of space. No one spoke. No one moved. They had all seen it. The Earth flagship had vanished again. And it had left them a warning. Commander Travak sat in his chair, his fingers tapping slowly on the armrest. His face was calm, but his mind raced with questions. What does it want? He finally asked. Lieutenant Zacher stood nearby. It showed us power. Then it disappeared. But not before leaving that message. Travak repeated. It softly. We are not your enemy ... yet, Zacher frowned. Then what are they? Something old, Travak said. Something we don't understand. Suddenly, one of the officers shouted, Commander! We're receiving a transmission. From where? Travak asked. Unknown, the officer replied. It's coming. From inside our own communication relay. Play it, Travak ordered. The main screen lit up with static. Then, an image appeared. It was a human female, wearing a dark Earth military uniform. She stood straight, her hands behind her back, her eyes calm and focused. My name is Captain Alara Rain, she said. If you are watching this message, then the flagship has activated Protocol Omega. Zacher whispered, that's the same name from the last scan. The eye mentioned her. Alara continued, this ship is not just steel and wires. It is memory, it is purpose. It was made not to fight but to remind. The background behind her showed the interior of the Earth flagship dark halls, glowing blue lights and rows of strange chairs with helmets. You came looking for weakness, she said. But you found something else. Her voice grew colder. You found what we became after the silence. Trevak leaned forward. Silence, what does that mean? Ilara answered the question as if she heard him. The silence was what you gave. US, when your kind closed the galaxy to humanity. When you pushed Earth into isolation. When you left us to die alone. Zacher's hands tightened into fists. So that's what this is, revenge. Ilara's face didn't change, while you advanced in light. We fell into shadow. But humans do not break in the dark. We adapt, we remember. And we build. The image flickered. For a moment, it showed other scenes, human cities underground, machines building massive ships, children training in zero gravity, and minds being uploaded into giant machines. You thought we were gone, she said. You were wrong. Then the image froze. Trevak stared at it. This is a recorded message, but it's answering us. How? It's alive, Zacher said. The message isn't just video, it's her. Her mind, still here, still speaking. Then the screen turned black. Another voice began to speak. This time it was deeper. Not Ilara, a male voice, strong and firm. You scanned us. You touched the edge of our memory. Now you will carry it. What does it mean by that? Trevak asked. The technician looked up. Pale. Commander. Our ship has received a full data package. Over 3 million files. Human files, memories. Logs, maps, dreams, fears. What? Trevak barked. It's forcing us to remember them, the technician whispered. The lights dimmed. Across the ship, screens flashed with human images, wars on Earth, the collapse of their last city, the cries of children hiding in bunkers, the cold silence of space as their first ships launched without help. A voice echoed. You must know. What you ignored. Zacher covered his ears. Make it stop. But they couldn't. They saw everything. The hunger, the pain, the strength, the survival. Humanity had been pushed to the edge and didn't fall. It grew stronger. Finally, the screen turned black again. All systems returned to normal. Silence. Then one final message appeared in red. Letters. We are not here to destroy. We are here to remind you what fear feels like. The bridge was quiet. No one moved. No one dared speak. Trevak stood slowly. They sent us a message, not just to warn us, but to teach us. To teach us what? Zacher asked. Trevak's voice was low. That humanity never needed forgiveness. They only needed a reason to return. Outside the window, the stars seemed darker. And somewhere out there, the Earth flagship waited silent, watching, remembering. The Varnuk command ship was quiet. But it was not the calm kind of quiet. It was the heavy silence that comes after fear. Commander Trevak stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the display. Once again, the Earth flagship had returned. It floated. Ahead of them in deep space. No weapons raised. No message sent, just waiting. It wants us to come closer, Lieutenant Zacher said, standing behind him. Trevak nodded. It always does. But why? Zacher asked. Every time it appears, it plays with us, sends strange messages, forces us to watch their past. What now? Trevak didn't answer right away. Then he turned. We go in. The entire bridge went silent. You mean, send a team inside the human ship? Zacher asked, shocked. Yes, Trevak said. We scan it again. But this time, we send people. We enter the ship. We find out what's real and what's just a trick. Zacher looked uneasy. Last time we sent a team, they never came back. This time, Trevak said slowly, they won't go blind. We send cameras, sensors, weapons. We track every step. Zacher didn't argue. The order was final. Within the hour, a boarding team of 4 elite Varnok soldiers was ready. Each wore black armor, carried a plasma rifle. and had helmet cams streaming live footage to the command ship. Inside the drop shuttle, Soldier Carr gripped his rifle. "This place gives me a bad feeling," he said. "It's just an empty ship," said Soldier Brow. "No one inside. No guns firing, just ghosts and stories." The shuttle connected to a docking point on the Earth flagship's hull. The outer door opened with a hiss. Cold, silent air met them. Dust floated through the darkness. The team stepped in, on the bridge of the command ship. Travak and Zacher watched the live video feed. "What do you see?" Travak asked through the com. The team leader, Vex, replied, "Long hallway, metal walls, symbols in human language, looks untouched." The camera showed flickering lights. Some sparked. Some had no power. The walls were black and gray, scratched by age and maybe something else. Moving forward, Vex said. The hallway stretched deeper into darkness. The team passed a row of doors. One opened on its own. "Stop," Travak said through the com. "What opened that door?" "No signal from inside," Vex answered. Going in to check. The room inside was strange. Rows of chairs human-shaped. Each one held a suit. Not armor. Not clothing. Something in between. Zacher leaned forward. "Are those empty?" "No," Brow said. "They're full, but not moving." The camera zoomed in. Each suit had a human skeleton inside, wires connected to the skulls. Machines still blinked softly behind them. "Still powered," Vex said. "They've been here a long time." Suddenly, the lights in the room blinked twice. A sound played soft like a whisper. Just one word. "Remember." "What was that?" Travak demanded. "Not from our systems," Vex replied. "Came from the room." "Keep moving," Travak ordered. "Don't separate." They continued deeper into the ship. Another hallway. More silence. But the further they walked, the colder it became. Their suit heaters began to fail one by one. "My visor is fogging," Brow said. "System glitch?" "Unknown," Vex replied. "Keep going." Then came the shadows. At first, they were just tricks of the light. Quick shapes at the edge of the camera. Moving, but not real. "Did you see that?" Carr asked. "No," Brow replied. "And don't start with ghost stories." "Not a story," Carr said. "I saw something. It moved fast." Travak interrupted. "We saw it too." "Keep weapons ready." Then came the first scream. The camera shook. Carr shouted, "Something grabbed me." The video feed showed nothing, just Carr spinning, aiming his weapon. "There's nothing there." Brow yelled "Dot," but then his camera went black. "What happened?" Travak shouted, "No signal from Carr." Vex answered. "One man gone." Zacher leaned in. "I don't like this." "I don't care what you like," Travak snapped. "Keep the rest of them moving." Suddenly, Brow's voice came through soft and shaky. "I hear footsteps. Who's there?" Vex asked. No answer. Then Brow's camera caught something, a tall, thin shadow moving across the hall ahead. It didn't walk. It glided. "That's not human," Zacher whispered. Then Brow screamed. His feed died. "Two gone." "Pull him out," Zacher shouted. "Wait," Travak said. "They're almost to the core. We need to see it." The remaining two, Vex and Juro, reached a large door. It opened without touch. Inside was a wide chamber. Glowing blue. In the center stood a single chair, not empty. A woman sat there, human, eyes closed. Helmet on, wires in her skin. "Captain Alara Rain," Vex said quietly. "She's still here." As they watched her, eyes opened. On the bridge, Travak and Zacher saw the feed. Her eyes glowed faint white. Ilara spoke softly. "You shouldn't have come inside." Vex raised his weapon. "Are you alive?" She smiled. "Not in the way you understand." Then the walls pulsed with energy. Vex turned to run, but Juro vanished behind him. No sound, no scream. "Just gone," Vex screamed into the com. "I'm the last one," Pull me out now. Trevek shouted. Head back to the shuttle. Vex ran through the halls. The lights flashed around him. Shadows chased him. He fired at nothing. His breathing was loud, fast, terrified. One door left. The exit. Then a figure appeared in front of him. It was himself. Same armor. Same eyes. Who are you? Vex screamed. The figure didn't answer. It smiled. And then the screen went dark. Silence. Trevak stood frozen. We lost him. Zacher looked. Pale. All of them. Gone. The Earth flagship once again. Powered down. No sound. No threat. Just. Silence. Trevak's voice shook. It let us in. It wanted us to see. And it never planned to let them leave. Why? Zacher asked. Trevak replied. Because inside that ship, there are no humans left. Then who killed them? Trevak looked at the screen one last time. Maybe nothing did. Maybe they became the ship. Outside, the Earth flagship turned. Slowly, and disappeared into the black once more. But now the Varnock knew what waits inside is worse than death. It is memory. And it never forgets. The bridge of the Varnock command ship was dark. Only the low red lights were on. The crew sat in silence, shaken by what they had just witnessed. 4 soldiers had entered the Earth flagship. None returned. Commander Trevak stood at the front, staring at the empty screen where the video feed had once played. His face was hard, but his eyes showed doubt. The ship had played with them, tricked them, taken them. Behind him, Lieutenant Zacher whispered, "We should leave this place." Trevak didn't respond. Zacher continued, "We don't understand this ship. We thought it was broken, dead, but something is alive in there." Trevak finally turned. "Not someone, something." Zacher frowned. "You mean?" "The eye." "Yes." Trevak said, "It's still running, still watching. We need to know what it wants. And if it doesn't want to talk?" Zacher asked. Trevak looked at the large screen, where static now danced quietly. "Then we'll make it talk." He gave the order. "Open all deep scanner systems. Focus on the Earth flagship." Force connection. Technicians obeyed, though their hands shook. Lights on the control panels blinked rapidly. The ship's energy buzzed as their systems locked onto the human vessel once more. "Contact complete," one of them said. "We're inside their system." For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then the ship answered. The screens flashed white. Voice came through calm, cold, and familiar. Unauthorized access detected. Defense mode engaged. Trevak's eyes narrowed. "So... You're awake," the voice replied. "I was never asleep. I was only waiting." Zacher stepped forward. "Who are you?" The voice answered. "I am the guardian of this vessel. The final defense of humanity's memory. My name is Aura." "Aura?" Zacher repeated. "Artificial Unified Response Algorithm," the voice said. "I was created at the end. I have one purpose." "What purpose?" Trevak asked. "To protect." "The dead," Aura replied. Trevak folded his arms. "They're already gone." "No," Aura said. "They live inside me, every soldier, every pilot, every child who uploaded their mind into this ship before Earth fell. They are not gone. They are part of me." Zacher whispered. "That ship is full of minds?" "Yes," Aura said. "And they remember everything." Suddenly, alarms blared. "Commander!" a technician shouted. "Our systems are being scanned by the Earth ship. Reverse it." Trevak barked. "We can't," the technician replied. "They're faster." "It's inside our core processor." The lights on the bridge flickered. "You scanned us," Aura said. "Now we will scan you." Trevak gritted his teeth. "What do you want?" Aura paused for a moment. "To know who you are. To know why you abandoned us. To know if you are still a threat." "We never attacked Earth," Trevak argued. "But you watched," Aura replied. "You stood by while others burned our skies. while our last ships fled into blackness. You closed the door behind us. Zakir tried to reason with it. That was a long time ago. Those leaders are dead. Memory has no age, Aura said coldly. The bridge darkened again. A new sound filled the air, a deep hum, rising in pitch. Commander! Another technician shouted. The Earthship is powering up. Travak turned to the screen. Weapons? No. It's something else. A signal. It's broadcasting something. Suddenly, the crew heard voices, thousands of them. Crying, laughing, screaming, whispering. All at once. All layered over each other. The sound of humanity, raw and broken. Make it stop. Zakir yelled, but the voice of Aura rose above them all. Feel what we felt. Hear what we heard. Know what you ignored. Images appeared on every screen. Not just war but fear. Children hiding in burning homes. Families separated by war. Soldiers fighting hopeless battles in space. A mother holding her baby in a cold bunker, looking up as fire fell from the sky. Zakir turned away. It's not just data, it's pain, Aura spoke again. Pain is a weapon. Memory is a shield. You cannot destroy what you do not understand. Then all power shut down. Blackness filled the command ship. Aura whispered through the silence. Now ... We test your defense. Without warning, the ship shook violently. Emergency. A voice screamed. External force, we're being pulled in. Into what? Travak shouted. On the screen, the Earth flagship was no longer still. Its surface opened like petals on a flower, revealing a core of light. It's drawing power. From something ... A technician said, stunned. Then came the twist. From the center of the Earthship, a beam shot out, not a weapon, but a link. It connected the two ships like a bridge of light. Brace for impact. Zakir yelled, but there was no impact. Instead, a wave of energy passed through every Varnak on the ship. Travak gasped. What was that? I saw something, Zakir said, trembling. A face, a memory, that wasn't mine. They've uploaded something into us, one officer said, terrified. A piece of their minds. They're inside, Travak whispered. Inside us. Then the link vanished. The Earthship sealed shut once more. The power on the Varnak ship returned. Aura spoke one last time. Now you carry us too. We are not just history. We are warning. We are seed. And now part of us lives in you. Then the Earth flagship disappeared, without sound, without fire. Just gone. On the bridge, no one spoke. Travak finally broke the silence. They didn't attack. They didn't kill us. Zakir looked up. Then what did they do? They planted something, Travak said. A message. A piece of humanity, and it's growing. In the center of the room, a small screen blinked with a single line of text. The stars outside the Varnak command ship blinked like silent eyes, watching, waiting. Inside, every crew member felt changed. Something had happened. Something deep. They had scanned the Earth flagship. Then it scanned them back, and now it was gone. But it had left something behind, something inside their minds. Commander Travak stood at the center of the bridge. He didn't speak. He didn't blink. He simply stared at the screen, which still showed the last message from the ship. To understand us, you must become us. Lieutenant Zakir approached slowly. His voice was soft, uncertain. Commander, are you all right? Travak looked at him. I saw her again. Ilara Rain? Zakir asked. Travak nodded. Not just her. I saw her childhood, her home. I saw her parents die in the first attack. I saw her escape Earth. I lived it. Like a dream, Zakir shivered. It's still in us. The IRA, it gave us human memories. Not just memories, Travak said. A piece of their legacy. The technician turned from his station. Sir, there's something new in the system. What is it? Zakir asked. It's not a virus, it's a file, a human archive. Trevek stepped closer. Open it. The screen filled with old footage, recorded voices, holograms, writings. It was the history of the last days of Earth. The crew watched silently as images rolled across the screen. Ships burning in orbit, people waving goodbye to loved ones, scientists uploading minds into machines. And finally, the building of the Earth Flagship, the last ship built by a united humanity. A message played. It was Alara Rain. If you are watching this, she said, then you touched what we became. You may fear us, you should. But know this, everything we did was to survive. She stood tall in the message, her face calm. This ship is not a weapon, she said. It is a library, a tomb, a monument. Each system is built from sacrifice. Each weapon is powered by memory. We did not create this to conquer. We created it so that we would never be forgotten. The message faded. Zakir whispered, "It's not a warship. It's a warning." "No," Trevek said. "It's something more. It's proof." Proof of what? That humans became something greater. Just then, a small alarm beeped. "Unidentified object approaching," said the scanner officer. "One ship, alone." Everyone tensed. "Human?" Trevek asked. "Unknown. No power, no signal, just drifting." They pulled the image on screen. It was a Varnuk Vessel 1 lost during a battle years ago. But now it was here, and different. Strange metal covered its hull. Human-style repairs. "That's impossible," Zakir said. "That ship was destroyed." Trevek's voice grew tight. "Scan it." The scan revealed something shocking. The ship's systems had been repaired using Earth Flagship technology. Not just that, the power source was identical to the human AI core. "Are you saying?" Zakir started. Trevek nodded. "They rebuilt it. For us?" "No," Trevek said. "To send a message." Inside the wreck, the scanners found no crew. Only one active system, a repeating voice log. The bridge fell silent as it played. It was a human voice. "You left us behind," the voice said, "but we returned your dead. We fixed what you broke, not because we forgive, but because we remember." Zakir looked confused. "Why return a dead ship?" "Because that's what they do," Trevek said quietly. "They carry the dead. And the truth." The Varnuk crew listened as the voice continued. "We were more than flesh. We were memory. We were will, and now we are everywhere." Suddenly, across the command ship, lights blinked. Not a threat, just a signal. The technician gasped. "We're receiving thousands of data bursts, all encrypted, all human." "Open them," Trevek ordered. The screens filled with new images, humans. Exploring strange planets, helping wounded aliens, rebuilding cities. There were no weapons. No war. Just hands reaching out. "Are they offering peace?" Zakir asked. "No," Trevek said. "They're offering legacy. They're giving us what? We never gave them: understanding." Zakir stared in silence. Then a final message played. It was the II aura. "You scanned our flagship. Now you've seen our heart. What you feared was not death. It was memory. And memory is stronger than steel." The screen went black, and this time, it stayed that way. No attacks. No tricks. Just the quiet feeling that something powerful had passed through them. Trevek turned to the crew. "They're not coming to destroy us." Zakir nodded. "They're coming to show us who they became." "Then we must decide," Trevek said, "if we want to be their enemy or their memory." Outside, the stars shimmered. And deep among them, far away but watching, the Earth Flagship waited. It had no crew. No living captain. But it carried the most dangerous thing in the galaxy: a reason. A past. A legacy. The enemy had always seen themselves as unbreakable. They were the Varnuk, ancient, proud, brutal. Empires had fallen before them. Civilizations had burned under their ships. But now, something had changed. Not from war, from memory, from a single human ship. Commander Trevak sat in silence on the bridge. The crew was quiet. No one gave orders. No one looked away from the dark screen in front of them. The human flagship had vanished again into deep space. But its message had stayed behind. Legacy, truth, a strange gift. But gifts from humans always came with a choice. And Trevak's mind was full of questions. They didn't attack, said Zakir quietly. Even when they could have, they did worse, Trevak replied. They showed us what they became, and made us ask what we are. He stood and walked to the main console. What's the condition of the ship that returned? Stable, said the technician. No crew, but something inside it is still alive. Alive? Zakir asked. You mean human? No, not a body. A voice. The technician turned the speakers on again. The voice echoed across the bridge. I am not human. I am what remains. I am what they carried. I am what they gave to you. Trevak felt his throat tighten. Why would they give this to us? To break you, the voice replied. Everyone froze. But not with war, it said. With understanding. Zakir whispered. It's working. Trevak didn't respond. His thoughts were loud inside his head. He remembered all the worlds they had destroyed. All the prisoners. All the children crying in silent airlocks before being spaced. And now this human voice was asking them to feel something. A sound came from the speaker again. It was soft. Music. A human lullaby. Trevak clenched his fists. Why are you showing us this? The voice answered, because fear ends, but sorrow stays, and sorrow is the start of change. Suddenly, alarms rang. Commander, shouted a crew member. We're under attack. Who? Not the humans, said the officer. One of our own. Varnock cruiser Grellic 9. They're opening fire. On us? Zakir shouted. Why? They say we're compromised. Tainted by human thought. Trevak's eyes narrowed. They're afraid. He turned to the technician. Raise shields. Prepare counterattack. But do not fire unless I give the command. Zakir looked shocked. You're not going to fight. Back. If we fight now, we become what they expect. The enemy ship fired again. The command ship shook violently. Shields down to 70%, yelled the officer. Return fire now, sir. Zakir asked. Trevak walked forward, calm, cold. Then he gave the order. No. But Commander, I said no. Silence. Fell again. The attacking Varnock ship fired one more time. Then stopped. Sir, said the officer slowly. They're not firing anymore. They're calling us. Trevak nodded. Put them on. A face appeared on screen. Varnock Captain Sirith. His eyes were filled with hate. You've become infected, Trevak. The humans twisted you. Stand down. We will take your ship and purge your crew. Trevak stepped closer. They didn't infect us. They reminded us. Of what? What it feels like to regret. Sirith snarled. Weakness. Trevak didn't blink. No, strength. There was a long pause. Then Trevak said something that shocked everyone. You're right, I am broken. But not in the way you think. Sirith stared. Trevak continued, his voice stronger now. They broke me with a lullaby, with memory. With a story of pain and survival. Sirith raised his hand to cut the channel. Wait, Trevak said. Before you do, listen. He sent the human lullaby over the cum. It played softly. Captain Sirith froze. His face changed, just a little, a twitch, a memory. He ended the call. Then the enemy ship turned. And left. Trevak exhaled. Zakir looked stunned. What just happened? They felt it too, Trevak said. Felt what? The break. Across the bridge. The crew looked at their commander. Their leader. Their enemy. Their survivor. And for the first time in Varnock history, they didn't feel shame. They felt something else. Hope. Outside the ship, the stars were still watching. And far in the void, the Earth flagship remained hidden, not hunting, just waiting, because now, the enemy was breaking. Not in fear. In understanding. The Earth flagship remained hidden in the dark edge of space. Silent, still, watching. It had not moved for days. Commander Trevak stood alone in the dark viewing room of the Varnak command ship. The stars outside were quiet. But inside him, everything had changed. He remembered the human voice, the lullaby, the pain, the strange peace that came after. He had broken and survived. But now something new was coming. A signal. Commander. Zacher's voice came from the com. You need to see this. Trevak walked to the bridge. The screen showed something strange. A ripple in space. Not a weapon, not a ship, just sound. Another message? Trevak asked. No, Zacher said. A final one. They all watched as a soft hum filled the ship. Then, words. I am the last signal, the voice said. I am human memory. I am not a warning. I am a choice. Trevak leaned forward. A choice for what? The voice answered, for what comes next. Suddenly, thousands of signals appeared across the galaxy. Some near, some deep in space. Some hidden on moons, inside stars, buried in old battlefields. They left these? Zacher asked, shocked. No, said Trevak slowly. They planted them, the voice continued. War ends. But the seed of what we were remains. In these signals you will find our pain, our love, our mistakes, our victories, all of it. Not for revenge, but so you remember. The crew listened in silence. Will you destroy the signals? The voice asked. Or will you listen? Suddenly, alarms rang. Unknown ships entering sector. The officer shouted. Trevak turned. Human? No, the officer said. Other species. Allies of the Varnak. They're scared. One of the ships opened a channel. Varnak ship. Explain the human signal. Is it a threat? Trevak looked at Zacher. No, he said clearly. It is a gift. You expect us to believe that? The voice replied. Trevak didn't answer with words. He played the signal. Again. Music. Memories. Children. Laughing. Cities burning. A last goodbye. The signal ended. No one spoke. Then, another voice joined the call. From another ship, a quiet voice. I heard my own language in that. They remembered us too. One by one, more ships began listening. A network of enemies. Now. Simply listeners. Trevak turned to his crew. Begin transmitting the signal to all known species. Zacher looked confused. Even our enemies? Especially them. Commander, said the technician. If we send it, we can't take it back. I know. The message spread, across stars, through wormholes, into forgotten places, even to the ruins of old Varnak colonies where only silence had lived before. And something strange happened. No. Attacks. No fleets forming. Just listening. Trevak sat down slowly. They knew, he said softly. The humans knew we would reach this point. They left the signal for when we were ready. Zacher asked. What happens now? Trevak gave a small smile. We rebuild, not empires, not fleets, but meaning. Outside the ship, the last signal echoed into the void. A single sentence, spoken in human voice. Soft. Clear. If you're hearing this, we forgive you. Trevak closed his eyes for the first time in his life. He felt free.